Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, number one, I know I'm late. I slept in, okay? I was working late and I slept in. I apologize, but I'm here. I'm here. And as you can see, the caption today is, who are you listening to? I'm going to tell you a little story about me and what happens when you don't listen to the spirit when it's talking to you, okay? Before I get started, I need some tea, but I'm going to make a big batch today of my basil lemonade tea because I want something flavorful to drink throughout the day. And so I put them in little mason jars and put them in the refrigerator because I like my basil lemonade kind of cold. All right, so I know today is Sunday and I done lost track of dates. I think it's the 12th. Yes, yesterday was the 11th. So today is the 12th, November 12th, and we are still dealing with reflections of self and making sure that we are dealing with ourselves in an appropriate way and that we are being honest with ourselves so that we can live a more balanced, more harmonious life with ourselves, right? I got leaves in my pancake bowl, y'all. I think I want it a little stronger. So I'm going to tell you a little story. There goes my stove. I'm going to tell you a little story. And I write about this a little bit in my book. For those who don't know, I do have a book where I tell my story. I went through a serious betrayal with the church. And because of that betrayal and hurt and deceit and whatever else you want to call it, I was feeling a kind of way. I went through grief stage like this, turned into anger, and then I was just full out crazy in rage, okay? But one day, now this is all going to come to full circle about who you're listening to. One day, I was driving, and I was so mad. I get mad so easily. And I was so mad and so angry, and I'm driving, and I'm coming up on a light, and I'm getting ready to take a left. And I'm in the turning lane, and I have some kind of bar on my left side and AutoZone on my right. And I decide I'm going to go in on the Most High. Not the best look for me, but I was upset. I was mad. I didn't understand. I've been in church my whole life. Been in the choir, the usher board. I'm there on Sunday. I'm on there Wednesday. I'm there most of my Saturdays. You know, I'm doing the work. This is what I'm thinking. I'm doing the work for the Most High. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Everything man said I'm supposed to do when I signed that membership form with the church. And I'm talking about this today because it is Sunday and a lot of y'all are probably in church right now or getting ready for church or you're online with your church, whatever. Okay? But I did everything, right? Everything I was taught. And I felt at the time when I was going off that my heart was in the right place, right? So I'm angry with the Most High and I'm going off. How can you give me all of this at once? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm saying the right things. I'm going where you want me to go. And I'm listening and I'm following the word. And it's on and on and on. And how dare you treat me like this? And I'm sure I said some choice words I can't remember because when I said I was going off, I was going in. I was going in like he was someone off the street. Like we never had a relationship. Like this instance just severed everything, right? And I kid you not. Sitting at that light, I felt my truck tremble. And this is a Job story, and I am not lying about this. This is how I know the Most High is real. My truck started to tremble. And things started to feel weird, right? But I'm still crying. And I feel it trembling, but I'm like, you know, people, big trucks, the ground shakes, all that, you know, so I'm not really thinking anything. Then the trembling gets really going, right? And then it seems like time just stood still. Like I saw things shift, almost like, you know, in Predator where you could see him, but you really couldn't. That shadow, like I saw the whole world just go into like a bubble or a shadow, right? And then I felt a big shift, almost like something had got in my car with me on the passenger side. And I dare not look on that side. I did not look on that side. But then a voice came. And the voice was thunder and lightning mixed with what I would say a waterfall. And this voice came to me and said, "Who are you talking to?" And let me tell you, this voice was plain as day. This was not my voice. This was a voice from the outside. But it said, "Who are you talking to?" And I didn't say nothing. I held that wheel so tight because I didn't know what was going on. So you were going to choir. And you was going to the usher board. And you think you were doing all that for me. He said, "But I didn't call you to the choir. I never called you to the usher board. Matter of fact, I never called you to the church." He said, "You did all that for the man in the pulpit. You listened to his voice. You followed his instructions. You put him on a pedestal." Now, I'm being honest with you. This is what the message that I was getting. And he said, "I didn't call you to any of that. I called you to me." And I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. I called you to me. He said, "But you couldn't hear me because you had somebody else's voice coming in your ears. Your frequency was off. You were too busy looking at what was going on around you within those four walls. You didn't notice me. I was speaking to you. I was giving you directions. Yet you weren't listening to me. You wanted to follow the directions of another man. And you forgot about me." So he said, yeah, I shook up your foundation. And I took everything away from you so that it could be me and you. You have no distractions anymore. The only voice you're going to hear is mine. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying right now, because this was a powerful conversation. And I couldn't say nothing but sit there, right? The only voice I was going to hear was the Most High's. So people always talk about the Most High is so loving, and he is. But let me tell you something, he will chastise you because he is just. And if you are not listening and he has a plan for your life, the Most High will come and get you. And that's not something you want. I'm telling you right now, that's not something you want. Let me tell you something. After that experience, I didn't pray. I didn't talk to the Most High for 7 years. Oh no, because we wasn't going to have that experience again. Now, I had other experiences because I was vibrating so low, but I didn't have that one. But the Most High dealt with me through my enemies and brought me back through my enemies. It didn't go, when the Most High deals with you, he don't do it the way you think he's going to do it. You're not going to get the textbook version, the Bible version, right? Whatever he does for you is going to be fit for you because he knows how you work. He knows how you operate. So he ain't going to come at you straight ahead. He gonna bulldoze you. He going to bulldoze you. So what happened was he broke me all the way down. I didn't have anyone to turn to. When he told me that it was just going to be me and him, it was just me and him. And I had to be honest. I had to be honest with myself and say, well, doggone, I can't say nothing because everything that he just revealed about me is true. I had to eat that up. As much as it hurt and as much as the pain that I felt that the church had caused me, I had to eat that up. The choices that I made, right? Because I didn't sit in the stillness and listen. I didn't make time for the Most High. I couldn't tell the difference between man's word and God's word. Now, you may ask, do I go to church today because of what happened? No, I don't. When God said it was going to be me and him, it still is. It still is. I feel people get caught up in organized religion and they forget who they're supposed to be serving. I feel people stay on the surface with God's word and what he intended, and nobody goes deeper. You can quote the Bible, you know, the books of the Bible, all of that. But when I look at your life don't resemble that. So I got a problem with that. And I do believe there are a few, I have not come across them. There are a few churches that do have power, but very, very few. We're too busy in the division. The enemy comes to divide, to kill, and destroy. The church is too busy divided. Yes, you're all Christians, but you're Baptists and you're Methodists and you're Protestant and you're this and you're that and you're black and you're white, sitting in different four walls and different pews and you're gay and you're straight and you're this and you're that. That's a problem. That's not a problem for me, because I understand what's going on now that I'm on the outside and the Most High reveals things to me. But it's a problem for the Most High, and it's a problem for the people who are going there for transformations, and they're leaving that building the same way they came in, not understanding, just able to repeat. How is it that I can go to a church? I promise you, I could probably go to a church, and they still on the same topic they probably was on when I was 5 years old going to church with my grandma. That shouldn't be. We should have been elevated right now. The church has become a motivational speaking place, an entertainment place. It's become everything but what the Most High intended it to be. And that's a problem, because lives aren't being transformed. I'm about transforming lives. Something should look different about you. Your talk should be different, right? What you do should be different. How you see the world and perspectives and how you treat your fellow man should be a little different. Are we serving different gods? Does the Baptists have a different God than the Catholics? Does the Catholics have a different God than the Protestant? I need to know. Who are we listening to? Who are we giving service to? Where are our confessions, our worships going to? Question. Look inside your heart. Find out what is going on. And if it's such a loving God, if we're such a loving people, why are we separated every chance we get? And then we want to judge. And then we want to point. You have to deal with yourself. Because like I say all the time, when the Most High come, he didn't ask me about the pastor that hurt my children. He didn't ask me about the congregation that knew he had a history. He didn't ask me all that. He came for me. He put me on trial. I had to answer some hard questions. He pulled my coattail. He didn't ask me about anybody else, because what concern is that of mine? He's working with me right now. And we need to remember that when we go through things. He ain't concerned about Sally and Sue and John. He's concerned about you. He wants some answers from you, about you. Why you are thinking the way you're thinking. Why you're doing the things you're doing. And why are you ignoring him when the Spirit is talking? Whose voice are you putting over the Most High's? Just because they're flesh and blood and they right in front of you? Whose camp are you in? What side are you playing on? I need you to think about this. This ain't no joke now. Now this coming from my heart, because I've been there and I've done that. And out of all of the betrayals and all of the traumatic experiences I've had, the one that came from the church decimated everything I knew, took away everything I loved. And I wanted to blame it on the church, but it was the Most High. And he told me why. Because he said I could have caused a little bit of trouble in the church, but you're so loyal you wouldn't have left. He said, so I had to take everything and I had to do something devastating. And then I asked, now this was after my healing, when I knew how to come correct. I said, but why did it have to involve the children? Why did it have to involve my children? And he said, love, those aren't your children, they're mine. I know their future. I know what they need. And I had to let that go. Just like that, I had to let that go. Because we all belong to the Most High. And he has a plan for each and every one of us. And sometimes the plans don't look right. Sometimes they're painful. Sometimes we don't know where we're going. We don't know where we're going to end up. But I say trust in the Most High. Everybody has a purpose for their life, even Judas. And we may not like the outcome. But you're here for a purpose. You're here on an assignment. And everybody don't have the lovey-dovey assignment. Okay? Everybody ain't got the hugs and kisses assignment. And once we understand that, we can see the world in different perspectives. And we can let sleeping dogs lie. What did Yeshua say? Let the dead bury the dead. What do I look like over here playing with the dead? What do I look like trying to service and feed the dead? That wasn't my calling. Let the dead bury the dead. So if they over there doing that, you already know whose camp they in, honey. Now, I got to get to going and doing these pancakes because, yeah, I be getting on my little high horse here. I got to make my husband some pancakes. I'm late, getting up late, like I said. But I got my basil tea. And look how pretty she turned out. She's so pretty. I'm going to pour a little bit in this mason jar, cut. But I am definitely going to put this on ice. Yes, baby, on ice. It smells amazing. If you like basil and then you like lemonade, you can't get no better than this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. So I'm going to have a couple of these mason jars. They're going to be nice and cold. So when I want something to drink other than water, I got my tea that's ready to go. I'm going to sweeten it with a little maple syrup. I like the maple syrup taste other than sugar. You know, I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can. I'm trying to make the best choices that I can. Maple syrup is natural. It is very sweet, but it makes it taste so good. Y'all got to try it. All right, you guys. So I want you to have a blessed Sunday. I want you to take what I said and heed. And as always, I pray that everything you seek and you desire is out here seeking and desiring you. All right. Till tomorrow. Bye.